Hey guys, it's Kat. Welcome back, creators, to my YouTube channel. I'm going to do a chit chat. Get ready with me today, doing a very beautiful, vibrant rainbow look since I've never done one before. And although this may be a very fun and creative video, I'm going to be talking about a very heavy subject. So if you get triggered by talking about mental health or suicidal thoughts or depression or anything like that, this might not be the video that you would want to watch today, because we are going to be talking about that. I'm going to talk about what I've been dealing with the first part of this year and in the past. So I'm just warning you now. Also, I am not a mental health specialist. I am not a doctor. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just telling you my experience, and I hope that this will help someone. That's why I really want to do it. So we're going to do a makeup look today of something rainbow, because there's always light at the end of the rainbow, as cheesy as that shit sounds. So that's why I wanted to do this today. Something very fun and different. I've never done a rainbow look, and I'm playing with all new, brand new makeup, which is amazing. The BH Weekend Festival palette. Look how pretty these are. This also inspired me. Along with my shirt that Bunny also has. It's the Lisa Frank. We got matching shirts when I was in Texas. It's also 1 bajillion degrees in here, so if you see me sweating like a pig, that's why. Today I'm be playing with a lot of cover effects. I got their foundations, powder, and oh, those were the highlighters, but I do have foundation somewhere. And I'm gonna tell you guys what happened with me and why I feel like I'm gonna be switching up my channel a little bit for me personally. I was very extremely depressed, didn't tell many people about it. A lot of people, if they're my friends in real life who are seeing this now, I've told many people who are really close with me, but I'm sure there's friends that I have in my real life who are just now seeing this video and hearing about me being so depressed. It was really bad. For the first 6 months of this year, I'm just now like getting over not thinking about, this is unfortunate, but suicidal thoughts. It was really bad because I don't know why it just sneaks up on me. This is the second time I've been this depressed in my life. I just feel so overwhelmed sometimes with the amount of stress that it makes me super depressed, and there's some days where I did not want to get out of bed. There are a lot of times where like my boyfriend had to tell me to shower, and I would cry a lot about the dumbest things, and I could say that now because I'm finally getting over it, and I don't want to take mental health lightly. I'm making this video so that you know that if you're going through something, that you're not alone, because it was tough. Just trying to force myself to think positively. I'm using this electric color. This palette is so pretty. BH is one of the most underrated brands. But I physically had to, you know, force myself one day to be like, towards the end of it, I want to be happy. I need to think more positively. I'm so lucky. And in the middle of it, it was so hard to think how lucky I am, because as we get older, we grow out of friends. This isn't about any drama with anybody on YouTube, but my friends, whenever I feel like there's something wrong with me and my friends, that's when my anxiety starts. And when it gets really bad and it doesn't go away, that's when I start getting really depressed about it, because I don't have much family at all. And some of my family I'm not really close with, or they don't understand me. I really heavily relied on my friends for happiness, as weird as that sounds. And the older I get, the more I'm learning that happiness is not just, it's not really a choice. You could choose to think more positively, but it takes a lot to be truly happy. For me personally, some people are just born happy. I feel like some people, I feel like there are people out there, which is crazy to think about, who just wake up happy and don't take everything for granted and are so grateful all the time. Always someone who suffered with so much anxiety since I was like 4 years old. And I think I was getting so depressed because I realized that not everyone's gonna be there till the end. Life is ever changing. And I was just really sad all the time, and it's hard to even pinpoint why we get depressed, where it comes from. It comes out of nowhere sometimes, it feels like. Ever since I was a kid, when I thought for any moment, and this has nothing to do with someone in my life or a friend of mine, but if I ever thought they were upset at me, I would spiral into this crazy anxiety, thinking that everyone hates me, that I'm worthless. And also, if things are connected with my job, like YouTube's been going super downhill, and for many people getting demonetized, and that probably did not help my depression. And I was just feeling so sorry for myself, and depression isn't really a state of just feeling sorry for yourself and just you don't feel sorry for yourself and one day and it's all better. It could literally happen to anybody. I grew up in a family, an Asian family, who did not always believe in mental health, like help at all. And so the first time I was super depressed and I was like fighting with people in my life and my friends. I didn't talk to my friends for like 8 months, and you can't always hold grudges about that. And some friends choose sides and some people don't talk to other people, and stuff that has to deal with that just makes me super depressed. But when it's all said and done, when I was like, did not want to be here anymore, I know that's super sad. I would tell my boyfriend this at night, and he totally understands because he has dealt with severe depression as well. I was like, why should I be here if I have nobody to connect with? And especially the first time I was super depressed, I literally had no friends at one point for a good almost a year. It was really sad, and every time I've been depressed, I still was posting YouTube videos. I did not want to, I felt like a burden if I talk about it, or I felt like I would just be shut down, one of the two. Especially living in an Asian household when it first happened, and not all Asian families are like this, but certainly mine, they look at mental health as like something you should be ashamed of and not talk about. Not everybody's family's like that. Going with the clean brush and blend those colors in. But towards the end of being depressed, I realized that I was too much letting people control my life. I was too much worried about what other people would think, when I just need to live my life for myself. I'm not gonna choose my friends over my boyfriend or my boyfriend over my friends, and sometimes I feel like a lot of people get that way in life. I'm not the type of girl to be like, oh, I'm not gonna talk to my friends anymore just because I have a boyfriend who I live with. When the older I get, I have to not care as much what other people think, unless I'm actually physically or mentally hurting my friend purposely. That has nothing to do with what I'm really talking about. Do you understand? And once I was trying to think more positively and living my life truly for myself is when I was really getting out of my depression, and I made it an effort choice to think positive and how lucky I am, and just wake up thinking about how many good things I have in life, as simple as being able to pay off some of my bills and being able to buy groceries, like how grateful I should be. And I don't want it to seem like, oh, she has so many first world problems and she's talking about mental health and she doesn't know. I've had suicidal thoughts. I've wanted to hang myself from like my apartment building, and it's so incredibly sad to talk about this, and I feel bad talking about it still. I have been looking into therapy, and a lot of things from my past have been popping up the older I get that I never even realized was a traumatic experience until I have like a PTSD moment. As we get older, we may realize that stuff from our childhood wasn't all cupcakes and rainbows, and we may have moments where like, wow, there's this one thing that happened to me when I was a kid that affects my life now, and that's why I was crying about this random dumb thing, because it reminded me of this one terrible thing from my past. And I'm just trying to have a lot of self-awareness the older I get, and not care about what other people really think of me as much, which is super hard for me personally, to try to get over being sad and feel sorry for myself every day. And I had a friend in high school who, I think of her all the time because she killed herself. She's one of my good friends. She sat next to me in art class every day till she didn't show up because she hung herself. whenever like I was crying at night that like all the pressures of my job and like me not being able to like focus on work, like I think about her all the time. And I need to realize that thinking and having these feelings and thoughts doesn't mean I'm a terrible person, because I feel like I let that affect how I got over things. Like, oh, I'm even more terrible for thinking these suicidal, crazy, deep, dark thoughts. I think that's what makes it worse when you're depressed, when people don't acknowledge or ask if you're okay, or they like don't take you seriously and they just want to shut it off and shut it down, or they just say for you to stop thinking that way. And the crazy thing is, it's so hard to think of this when you're in depression, and I could say this now because I'm like getting out of it. I'm definitely like almost totally there. Wow, that's white. Let's see what the other color they gave me looks like. Wow, I think this is even lighter, this other color they gave me. Yep. Okay. I know we see so many things in the news lately, just terrible stuff of people killing themselves lately, and I'm hoping that that will bring more awareness to how much mental health is important. I mean, suicidal thoughts is a permanent solution for a temporary problem, and it's so hard to think of it that way when you're in the moment. That's the last thing on your freaking mind when you're so sad and you can't feel anymore, but all you feel is hollowness. And I totally understand, like, there's so many reasons your mind, I feel like, is forced to think of why you shouldn't be going on anymore, and it's so much easier for you to give up than to keep fighting. But trust me, it is temporary and it is going to get better, even if it takes weeks, months, and years. I don't know how I feel about this foundation because it's totally the wrong shade. I'm gonna go over it with my Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation since it's a lighter coverage and I could do it over it. What really helped me was waking up and trying new things. I think the mundane of me doing just effects videos was really not helping me at all. Even though those are so much fun, what you see takes me 5 days to a week for one video. And these videos are, I'm not gonna lie to you, they are a little faster, they take less time, and it's so much fun just to talk and sit and just makeup could be like therapy. I think that's why so many people are getting to makeup, because it's so creative on your face and you can wear your painting loud and proud on the streets and show people what you've done. Even if people don't like it, it's like, well, you're still looking at it, and it's like advertising how creative of a person you are to the world. That's why I love makeup, and that's why I started my YouTube channel. I just want to show people that you could get over anything you're going through. Unfortunately, you need to ask help from friends and other people. Talk out your problems with people you trust, because I'm one of those people who hates, I absolutely hate asking for help. But I had to ask for help out of this past depression for my friends. I had to ask for help when I called my friends at 3 o'clock in the morning, not wanting to like be here anymore, because I just could not handle the stress of like YouTube going downhill and everything. I know you see a lot of big YouTubers doing these videos on trying to revive their channels, and Bunny went through that, and a lot of YouTubers like being more honest and open. It's so inspiring. Like, I try to be as honest and open with you guys as I can. But if you're going through anything, suicidal thoughts, bullying, depression, anxiety, please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out for help from a professional. Just to even start by talking to someone in your life, because the thoughts of like some of my bestest friends who I could tell anything to, and the sadness on their faces if they found out that I wasn't here anymore, or my grandmother's face, just crushes my soul. And I think about every morning the great things in my life that I'm so grateful for, like you guys, and makeup jobs, and my boyfriend, and my really close friends, and my grandma, and some of my family. Like, having a roof over my head that me and my boyfriend could call a home together. Just the little things and like the future, like that's what really gets me through, just the positive things on how I'll be honest with my friends. I'm one of those loyal people that you could almost tell anything to, I feel like, and I wouldn't tell a soul if you told me to. I'm that grandma friend who takes care of my other friends and they need me around, I feel like. And so does my boyfriend, of course, and so does my family. But I know when you're in the middle of crying yourself to sleep at night, it's hard to think of these things. But I'm here to try to remind you that life is worth living. Life sometimes for people could feel like I'm always anxious, I'm always depressed, it's never gonna get better, that I'm not good enough compared to everybody else. If you stop comparing yourself to other people, I think that was a problem too. I was so worried about what other people thought of me and comparing myself to other people that I was losing sight of how good and hard I've worked to become the person I am today. That's why I wanted to do rainbows in your face today while talking about this, because there's so much good in the world that you don't want to miss out, and it's so hard to find the good things, find the happiness, find the good qualities about yourself. I don't care if you're a hermit living in your house all the time, feel like you have no friends. You do and are going to mean so much to many people, and you have so much more to live for. I've been through so much of like people literally beating me to the floor every day and telling me how worthless I am. And I think of it not in like, oh, they're right. I think of it, oh, I need to prove them wrong. I need to stay here to prove them wrong. Because my whole life I've had my family and stuff tell me that art is gonna get you a career that says, would you like fries with that? And I'm not knocking down a career working in the food industry at McDonald's or anything like that, but I don't look at that as a low job. They did and try to make me feel low for wanting to do art as a career, and I kept doing it because I wanted to prove them wrong. And I had to think about that to get myself out of depression, how like I need to continue to prove some people wrong, that I can be a boss to put on this makeup and show everyone that you could do anything you set your heart to if it's creative, if it's an innovative idea, if you have the passion and the heart and the work ethic, most importantly, to keep at something for a while that you like to do, you could do anything. And then I was thinking, trying to get out of that depression, how lucky I am to have my health. Because there's some people out there who don't even have their health to look forward to, and they still find things to be happy about. Let's try these highlighters. Ooh, I've always wanted to try these. So lucky I get to see. There's even days when I was really depressed and I was like, oh, but I have to keep going because I had to try that rose gold. As dumb as that is over an inanimate object, like if that's what gets you through, don't go through your money. But if it's like, oh, I have to do this one look, had to look at this one video or movie. Like I remember when I was super depressed in college and I had no friends for almost a year, I would watch a movie every single night, feel something over sadness, and hopefully distract myself. If you need that to help you out, that's fine. As trivial as it is, a movie, a makeup product, that's fine. As long as you take baby steps, don't think that you need to accomplish everything to get over your sadness and depression in one day. It takes baby steps, trust me. Just getting out of the house and showering some days could be difficult for some people in depression. So just getting out and walking sometimes, or taking a bath afterwards, sometimes you can find joyous in the little things of walking or going to your local coffee shop. Ooh, I'm gonna get the new Ofra highlighters. The Nikki Tutorials collab in the color Space Baby, which sounds amazing, so I need to put it on my face. And it has a blue shift. Ooh, next to that, rainbow. The Steven Universe gems are shaking. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. Sorry, Corey, but this highlighter though, she's popping. See, this is what makes me so, like, my mood's already better. I'm so scared to make this video for you all, talking about all this sad stuff. If you have a grandma still alive, bless your soul, because grandmas could totally help with depression. Hopefully not make it worse, but if you have a nice grandma who cooks for you, let me tell you, that really helps. This is exposed. I always use this blush. I need like a new blush in my life. I love it because you could pack it on and it's not like intense. Apparently I'm gonna do eyebrows last because I want to use my lipstick now. Look how pretty this is. Oh, it matches my shirt. Ooh, you know what? I kind of want to do some clouds. I'm going to put down below some apps, some websites if you're having suicidal thoughts. Like I was at one point, like one of my poor bestest friends, I literally called her at 3 something in the morning after I got the wrong hotline. This is so dark. After I got the wrong suicide hotline, I called one of my best friends at 3 in the morning to help calm me down. Yeah, that's a true fact. I can't believe I said that. And I was just like, at one point I was so looking for someone to blame my depression on, but we can't blame someone for how our brain works, you know? Unless they like physically or mentally harm you. I'm just using some cheap Mehron cream stick. Like if freckles were in cloud form, I just realized I don't have any eyeshadow on my bottom lash line. I'm like, wow, sister. I knew something was missing, couldn't figure out what. That's what it is. So I'm gonna get some of the pink, the lighter pink. Start here. Then get some of that gold or orange. I'm not gonna do all the colors that I put in the top on the bottom. Let's do some purple. And I need to do my brows. Man, if you have a friend that you could tell anything to, that's a reason to keep going. Or even like a close family member. I feel like the Care Bears just pooped on my eyes. And I like it. Brows are so hard, they take 5 light years, I swear. I remember sometimes when I was talking about my depression with people, I was like, yeah, I've been thinking about not being here anymore and all this stuff. But I'll be okay. That's the worst, when you start saying sorry for things, for everything. Sorry for feeling this way and talking to you about it. But it's like, that's what people in your life are there for, you know? It's like, why are you sorry for feeling this way? I remember there was one point where I was talking in my sleep that, and when I was super sleepy, when you're like in that half asleep and half awake moment, I would talk about how I didn't want to be here anymore, on how depressed I was, and cry in my sleep. My boyfriend's like, dang. But if it wasn't for him, and I could talk to him about anything, he's helped me out so much and I'm so lucky. We've been through thick and thin and everything, and it's like, I'm so lucky. Because he's like a kid at heart like I am, and I could tell him anything. And no, you don't need a boyfriend to get over depression. Trust me, I've gotten over it without one. I feel like it wouldn't have taken me 6 months to get out of the depression if I had a dog. That's just me complaining because I don't have a dog and I can't have one where I live. So thank you for my bad self for not giving up on myself. You have to be your own cheerleader sometimes when you're so depressed. Thank you to my bestest friend who I could call at 3 in the morning when I was super depressed and I know she was going through her own stuff. Thank you to my favorite aunt who I could tell anything to. And to you guys especially for letting me open up my hard Asian family crusted shell of a body who does not like talking about their feelings or crying or showing emotion. Thank you for letting me open up to you, seriously and honestly. I hope you realize how lucky we are to like have this platform to talk to one another. I'm so lucky. Like thinking of you guys sometimes was like, well, I have to do this look so I can't leave now. I can't give up now. My creators on YouTube are counting on me to do these effects videos and beauty stuff. I want to do more beauty makeup. I want to do effects. I can't wait for Halloween. Sometimes literally when I'm at my darkest moments in life, I think about Halloween and you guys and that special connection we have. I know that sounds cheesy, and a lot of YouTubers say, I love you guys so much, and I wouldn't be here without you. I seriously mean it because I put my soul, my body, my life, everything into my artwork that I put on my face to show you. And I care so much about y'all and how you're doing as well. I do try to read the comments as much as I can and reply, especially I like all of the comments, especially your recreations of my stuff on Instagram, and I love talking to you all on Twitter. I try to reply to almost every tweet I get. Well, it's stuck to my tweezers and now it's gonna come off my eye. Dude, these lashes are insane, and so is my neighbor's dog. So that was the end of this look. Let me fix my hair for you. Thank you all so much again for understanding and watching this video. I love this look and it came out so cute with the vibrant colors. I absolutely loved working with this BH palette. I'll put all the products that I did in this look down in the description box below. This was so invigorating to be able to talk to you guys about everything. I know this was a really tough subject to talk about, and I don't want to take it too, you know, lightly. So leave me a comment on what you feel like you've been struggling with lately, anything in life. If it's too personal, I totally understand, but it may help people feel less alone going through similar or the same thing. Again, if you ever feel like you need help or someone to talk to, I'll list down the hotlines and everything down in the description box below. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!